boxing.
Okay, so Jake Paul will take on Tommy Fury on the 6th of August at Madison Square Garden, Showtime pay-per-view. This is a car crash of a fight. It's going to be a car crash of an event. You know, say whatever you want about Jake Paul. I take my hat off to this dude because he is shaking some feathers in this industry, but he's getting in there and fighting, and I respect that. You know, I respect what he's doing. I really do. I don't particularly like the guy, but you know what he's doing, you got to give him credit, and he looks like he can fight a bit, and he's finally fighting a real boxer, although dare I say not a particularly good one. But look, he's still fighting a boxer, an undefeated boxer at that, who comes from, you know, a boxing family. Very interesting fight. This fight's going to be at the cruiserweight limit. Apparently it's going to be in the low 190s. I've only just read some of these news articles, so I'm trying my best to make sure this is all somewhat factual. So if I'm a little off with this, just bear with me. But I'll be tuning into this one. This is going to be a very intriguing fight. I want to see how good Jake Paul is. I personally think I'm going to get into the fight breakdown, or at least my early prediction. I'll get into that at the end, actually, just to, you know, let me think about it for a second. But the build-up will be absolutely hilarious. Jake Paul is a professional troll. He's been at the big stage now a few times, you know, obviously 2 fights with Woodley. He had that sensational knockout in the second fight.
Done it from time to time, just haven't been.
And, you know, he looked okay in the first fight, although these are all big events, though. This is all going to work in his favor. And he's been training non-stop. He's been sparring with Nikita Ababi, who's from Brooklyn. And he was saying that, you know, Jake Paul has got all the nutritionists in place, fitness instructors, you know, he's got everything. I'm sure Tommy Fury does as well, but Jake Paul's probably been training this whole time. He wants to be a part of this sport for a while, it seems like, you know, so don't underestimate how much he's learned since, you know, we didn't really get to, I didn't watch the Woodley fight all the way through. I don't know what round that was in, but, you know, he's been learning a lot, I reckon. I really do. I think he's going to be a lot better. And I think Tommy Fury's going to be in trouble because he doesn't look like he really wants to fight. I personally think that he's getting bullied by his dad to fight. Just get in there, son. And I don't think he really wants to fight. I think he'd rather be on Love Island, hanging out and being in clubs and getting smashed off his face, to be honest with you. But he's gonna have to do it now. He's got a lot of pressure. You know, that's a lot of pressure. His brother just became the world, well, not just became, you know, defended his title against Dillian Whyte, and he's obviously the lineal champion, and he's a star in boxing. I mean, that's a lot to live up for too. And there's not that much time to get Tommy Fury better than what he is, because he doesn't look very good. He had trouble with that MMA guy just recently. He hasn't looked good in any fights. He doesn't look like he packs any power. He's going to have to use his jab and have to box and have to stick to a game plan if he really wants to beat Jake Paul, because if he gets into a fight with this guy, I think he's going to get absolutely sparked out. Like, what a car crash. You know, because Jake Paul he looks like he can fight. How this fight's going to go, I have no idea. I think, you know, when you have such like raw fighters, let's say, you know, things can go out the window really quickly. Game plans can go out the window like that. I would imagine the Fury camp will be very astute with the game plan, because they are very good at that. Let's be honest, there's a lot of wealth and talent there, or a wealth of talent with boxing. They are boxing people through and through. And the Jake Paul team will have their team. They have a good team as well. But if I was in the Fury camp, I would be sharpening up Tommy Fury's jab. It looks like he's the taller fighter. Get him to use his jab. He drops his right hand a lot, and that could be a key to victory for Jake Paul. We know Jake Paul's got a very good overhand right. He stopped
Jean Pascal and
Get my
also
money,
cruiserweight
Jake. Get
contender.
my motherfucking money, Jake.
He's trying to get Ring.
I think all of his opponents with his right hand. Definitely the overhand right. He knocked out Woodley with that. He knocked out Ben Askren with that. I think by if I'm going to make a prediction, I'd say he's probably going to knock out Tommy Fury with that. Cold. Anyway, I have no idea. Intriguing. I'll be tuned in. I'll be rooting for either guy to just put on a performance and entertain me. That's what it's all about. Fair play to Jake Paul. Fair play to Tommy Fury. I heard that, you know, he wasn't even going to be doing this fight because his family weren't allowed in the country. But there's obviously been a little bit of backlash, and if you'd have pulled out of that, that'd have been probably your boxing career over. Let's be honest. Unless you can really do something spectacular, who knows? But August 6th, I'll mark that one on the calendar. I'm not one of these anti-fan, like boxing fans that's anti, you know, these YouTubers. Like, you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. It's not that big of a deal. I'll be watching. Can't wait. Not can't wait. I'll be watching. Let me just reverse that. I'll be watching. But I'll be more interested in the fight build-up and then when the bell goes. That'll be so intriguing. I want to see how good Jake Paul is. I want to see if he can box. I want to see if Tommy Fury can, you know, make him, you know, think a little bit, you know. But then, you know, when all bets are off and everything goes out the window and turns into a fight, what's going to happen then? Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Boxing on the Edge. Take care of yourself, all right?